As you sit there, listening to these words, you can remember, without effort, how many times you learned things without trying. You learned to walk before you ever thought about balance. You learned to hide before you ever thought about influence. And you can learn now in the same way, naturally, effortlessly, without even noticing the exact moment it happens. You already know what it feels like to scan the room, to catch the flicker of an eyebrow, to sense tension before a word is spoken. That skill was once for survival, and survival is genius. Because the same instincts that once told you duck, they now tell you when to strike. And as you think about that, whether quickly or slowly, you may wonder how that shift feels, moving from avoidance to influence, from shrinking to leading. And you can feel that shift happening now. A tiger doesn't crouch in the grass because it's afraid. It crouches because it knows. And you can crouch too. But now, crouch to choose your moment. Because you're not prey. You're the one whose awareness bends the field. And if a ghost is polite, unseen, floating through rooms, it leaves no fingerprints. But you're not a ghost. You're fire, and fire forges. The blacksmith tempers iron by placing it in heat. Too much heat it breaks. Too little it stays weak. You're learning the fire's balance now. And somewhere in you, the unconscious, is already weaving these stories together. Tiger, ghost, blacksmith, fire. Until one thing becomes clear. You've always been the one holding the forge. Right now, you're breathing. Notice that. Your breath comes in and goes out. And just as you notice the rhythm of your own breath, you can notice the rhythm of others. When they lean back, when they lean forward, when they hesitate, when they move. And the moment you notice, you can match. And once you match, you can lead. Like a dance you've already been practicing your whole life without calling it a dance. So even as you hear this, you may begin to realize you've been pacing and leading all along, just in silence. And from this point forward, each time you feel the old reflex to shrink, to mask, to hide, you'll pause for just one breath. In that breath, your unconscious will remind you, this is the moment to choose fire, not ghost, tiger, not prey. As you breathe, you'll stand taller, even slightly. And standing taller, you'll speak, sometimes softly, sometimes firmly, but always truly. Because your nervous system, it's already rewiring itself to encode strength where it once encoded fear. And you can imagine now, 1 week from now, 1 month, 1 year, the version of you who no longer hides. Imagine what your relationships look like when you say the thing unspoken. Notice how your body feels when you walk into a room and others adjust to your gravity. Hear the difference in your voice when you no longer ask permission to exist. And even as you imagine that, your unconscious is rehearsing it now, encoding it as memory. So by the time the future arrives, you'll simply recognize it as familiar. So the old story dissolves, masking, shrinking, suffocating, and the new story installs. Your influence, your fire. You're the blacksmith of human energy. And now every time you notice yourself shrinking, your unconscious will recall these words. You're the fucking tiger, not the prey. You're the fire, not the iron. And you can let that settle now.